Yeah, it's all right. Do you have any issues with me? I can actually make you a little bit louder.
Yeah,
Is the quality on my side okay?
yeah,
I'm
for me
trying
it's fine.
I'm trying usually my best. So we'll see if there is anyone chatting, like coming to chat with us. But so I was actually making, I was about to make some video today, and sometimes I just feel like so bored, like because I get this hype and I make 5 minutes of the video and then I'm getting trapped in like chatting to myself and like trying to have discussion with myself, and sometimes I'm bored of this.
Yeah,
But
it's
quite
great.
often,
It's great to have a discussion because it is through confrontation that you learn more usually. So it's good to talk with himself, but also with other people. It's fine as well.
yeah. So like, and I enjoy talking, with people way more. And there is always something to discuss. Sometimes maybe I'm being a little bit of accused of fading, but I say I'm just curious,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
but like, I wanted to start with one thing, okay? Um, because I actually like who are you? Like because oh, you gone. Uh, okay, hey people. Uh, look, I was talking so much I didn't know where when he dropped. You dropped out somehow. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. For
Um,
me, it's the same. Now it's back.
So, welcome everyone. And if you mind, like, because I've seen you on Twitter for such a long time, like, so who are you, like, within the Cosmos ecosystem?
I mean, I like to think of myself as a Cosmos advocate because I don't actually have, I don't want to be an influencer. I don't want to do this kind of things. I just want to kind of help people, guiding people in the cosmos, and just be a community member. It's more than enough for me. And for me, it's mostly because I am passionate about. So for me, it's fun. It's fun to take part in this. It's amazing to experience the born of IBC as a protagonist, as part of this amazing interchain ecosystem that is becoming alive every day. So it's just passion about tech on my side, and I just wanna share this passion and make people involved because I think Cosmos is a nice place to stay, regardless of if you are here to make money or if you're here because you like the tech. It's I like more people when he's here for the tech, but I know it's pretty rare, so I can complain that.
Is Cosmos your first meeting with the blockchain, or you
No,
were
no, no.
around before
I think
maybe?
uh, I think most of people, probably everyone, started with Bitcoin because that's usually the first thing that you hear. I started like probably everyone else with people that that says, Bitcoin, it's volatile, it's a scam, it's a bubble, and that kind of things. And I just asked to myself, why people still talking about Bitcoin after like 10 years and more, Why it's still here? So
Mhm.
I just started to do my research and learn the tech. And in fact, the first altcoin that I bought is probably Cosmos because I said, "Oh, this tech it's very cool, and if IBC comes alive, that will be really, really, really a good progress on the tech side of blockchain." In fact, I didn't invest a lot until IBC on Cosmos because it's difficult to know in this world when someone is selling air or they are actually doing something because I started watching that YouTube videos influencer, and you always feel that this is kind of a jungle and you have to be careful. But when I saw IBC, I said, okay, that's the place to stay because this is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Your story is slightly less like maybe not less chaotic, because I think we started similar. Like I got into Cosmos early 2020, and the reason why I got into this is because I liked the name and the name of the
Yeah, it's
token, and
pretty good name.
I was buying via Coinbase, and I still have the same number of atoms as I had 2 years ago because of like certain gambling I did, but that was only one purchase of atoms that I
Yeah,
did was back then. But I held it on the custodial exchanges for like year and a half. So I
yeah,
missed on
yeah,
the airdrop of Osmosis and Juno, But like you said about Bitcoin, you know
yeah,
and recently I've been like thinking a lot, because every time we enter the bear market, there is the same voices. There's only two crypto you should invest in. Of course, nothing we talk is investment advice or anything like this, but that's what people talk. Hey, everything else is a trash. The Bitcoin and Ethereum are only two things that make sense, and I feel it's so much 2017,
yeah,
because betting on these two things is completely against the psychology of people. And what I mean by that, no one uses iPhone 1, right? Like, I
yeah,
understand that the Bitcoin purpose is non-upgradable, and people say it should be store of value, but still it doesn't really convince me, because people do like to have utility, and the nature of the humans is kind of, we we are programmed to chase more always. We don't really settle. And especially, this is like, don't want to get too much into my own talking,
yeah,
but especially the problem with Ethereum, we will always get like better chains. We will always be able to get faster and more scalable chains. And after Ethereum, we might get replaced with the Solana or Algorand, right?
yeah,
But then, few years after that, we will enter the same paradox that we will be able to get the better chains.
yeah.
So,
I totally agree with that sentiment because the problem is that people still doesn't recognize this space as a tech, but
mhm,
they see it mostly as a speculation, and also they have this view of Bitcoin as a money that for me is totally wrong because it it can be money for a simple reason because it is scarce. It's very easy to have whales. It's very easy to have manipulation. It's very easy to lose all the property of money. So
yes,
for me, it's definitely a store of value if you want to see it as store of value, but can't be everything because if value, why I should spend my gold for buy things if it is a store of value? So on the tech side, it is everything, but on the concept side, it can be everything. Of course, you can spend it and doing payments and this kind of stuff, but you wanna really do that? I mean, why? If it is scarce, you pay with Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin goes to the merchants, and that Bitcoin in the merchants basically doesn't sold that Bitcoin. It's just get more scarce, and it totally lost the sense of money. And
yes.
yeah,
This is great point that I'm trying to like say, that money needs to be flexible, and we need to be able to expand the kind of money. I understand the inflation is not always great, but having Bitcoin as the money
no,
completely
no,
doesn't
I
make
think I
sense.
think that inflation is great. I totally think that inflation is great. I mean,
Yeah.
uh, there is
Inflation allows also the poor people get rich, actually, like, kind
yeah,
of, because if you
inflation.
have scarce,
Yeah,
you concentrate the power in the largest ones, those who can actually afford storing that.
inflation
You
makes
know?
the ecosystem open.
Yes.
So it's that's a problem because with Bitcoin it becomes a whale game. So if you wanna have people spend it and use it, it can become a whale game. It's it just doesn't work like that because then people will never spend it. But the fact is that all the economy around fiat is trash, not fiat itself, because the concept of inflation it actually make it sustainable until now to live in this world mostly. But it's all the economy that is around inflation that is basically becoming trash. And this is totally different in Cosmos because Cosmos actually is creating an economy around Atom. So it's not actually money itself, Atom, but is a staking economy, is a participation economy. So if you want to participate in the Cosmos economy, you basically have to buy Atom. And I know some people says that when there was Luna, yes, but Luna it is almost at the same time of a fiat entry for of Atom. It's uh, it's not it's not the entry. It is the concept and how the most of community and people see it that makes something the center of the economy. So on a concept side, Atom is great economy, and it will probably very interesting to see what we will do if we switch on the security side, because if Atom turns in a security provider, it can still be money because I actually concerned to because I think if we wanna make Atom a good concept, we also have to make very clear our direction. And I totally agree to switch on the security side because the interchain will be so big that it's only possible to think that Atom should be at the center of the security. And but also the security kind of make it's a losing point on the money side because Atom will become scarce, and so it will be also more difficult to use it for other use cases. So yeah, it's kind of interesting the development that we will see. Also because I saw a lot of people talking about making Atom deflationary, like not like the same Ethereum model, but that's the idea. And that will make Atom basically more similar to a security provider than money.
Mm-hmm. So
So yeah,
there is few questions. I will leave it maybe for a little bit later, and because I want to address something. You said something is great, that Atom is the economy, and to me the money is the economy. So in one video I said it makes more sense for me for Atom to be money and Bitcoin to be money, like just from the concept, because you can actually build the economy and the ecosystem around the hub and its token. So to actually be participant, as you said, you have to use token, right? So this could serve maybe as the money, and also with its mechanism is more flexible than Bitcoin and it's upgradable. So I think that would that could work. I don't know if you would agree with this, that Atom is more of the money than Bitcoin, way more. um but you actually said something, and this is why I wanted to talk to you. You said when interchain security, because for some people that is unaware, there is are you there? Because I see you dropped. Okay, I was talking to myself. um Rob will come back in a moment. um I see there is few questions that I will address now, maybe, or we go later. Let me message him. By the way, I wasn't sure if there will be something, but like his points are just so good. Uh, and it's really really cool too. So I wasn't getting response, so I was confused if I'm saying something stupid or what. And I noticed we are going to like, I don't know about inflation, but I do agree that this inflation is a little too high. But I think it was the outcome of the kind of incentivized trend that started with osmosis, with the very high inflation, and everyone saw that's like kind of great way to build a deep liquidity, and everyone started like issuing this huge inflation. Rob just said he's in, but he's not. So with the burn, it's also not necessarily great. I mean, it will be. So for NFT platform, it does make sense, but for the token like Atom, the burning doesn't really make sense, and I want to address this. Sorry. Let me see what's going on with Rob. Oh, he said. Oh, okay. He reconnected now. Sorry. Yeah, like it's just the moment, you know. Sometimes
Do you hear me now?
Yeah. It's fine.
I-
Like, you know, it's
yeah.
easy chat. Sometimes it takes like you might disconnect for like 2 seconds and it will drop. So that's
Okay.
if you use data or anything, it often happens. Anyway, don't know where I got like lost you. Like I was saying that Atom does make more sense to me as the money than Bitcoin, because simply there can be a economy built around the Cosmos hub and its token, which you can't really do with the Bitcoin. Hello, Rob? Seems I
know why
can't.
now I don't.
Oh, I hear you. It's okay. Are you there, Rob?
Do you hear me?
Yes, I do. Do you hear me?
I don't hear you.
Ah,
I don't know why I can't hear you.
maybe try to. Oh, um. Yeah, I said to him maybe try to connect again. Yeah, but he couldn't hear me.
Do you hear me
Can you
now?
hear me now? Yes, I do hear
Yes,
you.
I can hear. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, we were at the atom economy. I was wondering if you agreeing that Atom could actually function as the money, but not Bitcoin, because you can easily build the economy
Well,
around the Cosmos hub.
there is also another interesting point is will other blockchain make Atom being the money? Because
Mhm.
because as of now, most of blockchain always added utility to Atom, added also connection to Atom. But this doesn't mean that in the future, when we have 1,000 or 100 of chain, this will still be here as a money.
Mhm.
So I think that that the focus definitely should be right now interchain security and Atom being this security provider, because that's a utility that will allow Atom to remain some sort of center of the ecosystem. Because even with interchain security, we definitely will have multiple chain that will use interchain security, because when Atom drop an update, other chain can implement it. And actually,
Mhm.
I see the interchain ecosystem becoming this multiple galaxies with multiple interchain security, with micro ecosystem, because that's how the internet should work. It shouldn't be all everything around one chain.
Mhm.
So I to Atom to maintain some relevance, it will require the community. Second, this utility of interchain provider, a top class interchain provider, because what Atoms needs to be with interchain security is that other chain have to see security of atom as the best, because in the end of the day, it's everything in the end in the interchain. It's everything in the end of the interconnected chains, because this is the interchain economy. It's not I am atom and you have to give me everything like the Ethereum empire. Ethereum is an empire. You basically give everything on Ethereum. If you build an app on Ethereum, Ethereum will take most of your market cap. I mean, the closest one has been Uniswap, and it was still only 1-2% of Ethereum market cap. While on Atom, we have this sharing the value, not capturing the value. So
yeah,
I think
Go on. Sorry.
Yes, so I think it will be everything in the end of the humans in the end, because we as a community have the tools right now to create this interchain net to make it work by sharing the value. And if we will fall again in the same mistake of making all the value for one teams, all the decentralized economy basically will be a failure. So we need to share the value, and we need to follow this idea that was that started with the Cosmos founders.
But this is kind of regarding the interchain security, because when you say it now, it does make sense how you present the atom. But there was your tweet. Maybe I pull this out.
Yeah.
There was this tweet of yours. When interchain security will be implemented, atom will become a very scarce asset. Bonded atom will quickly increase, and due with time, the revenue coming from consumers chain inflation unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of few months. So, like, I have the issue of this. How inflation would become unnecessary here? First, this is like the first question. You think the atom should remove this inflation, or what?
As I said in the early of this interview, it's right now we have to decide. We have to decide if we wanna make Atom our focus to security provider and interchain services, or if we wanna make of Atom this money of ecosystem. Because as a money of ecosystem, I think it will be probably what will happen is that we will have some big chain like USDC natively on Cosmos, and if that happen, it will be very difficult to people to not use it as a money, because people are so much focused on a stable coin as money that it will be very difficult for Atom to compete as a money. While so for this reason, I think that the focus should be the security provider interchain services, because with that we can create an economy without necessarily being the money, and we can create an economy by being allowing people to participate in the interchain just by staking Atom. If you stake Atom, you basically become a participant of multiple chain, and in that time you can extend on multiple ecosystem and become a stakeholder of that ecosystem. So for this going to
So your belief is that it's the money will be stablecoin, which make more sense for it.
I think it will be inevitable, because we are still too early to think different. That's the truth, because people is the concept of people for money. It's that the value remain the same, even if we know that it's not like that, because it is actually declining over time. But we can start to think of something different maybe in 10, 20 years ahead of today. But as of now, money is stablecoin. I think there is no doubt on this. If you can pay with something that in your idea, in your mind, it's the same value, that makes you basically want to spend that money. Because for me, it's very difficult to spend Atom, because I want to have more Atom. I don't want to spend it. So the base principle of money is that you want to actually spend it.
Yeah, this makes sense, and I kind of made argument that the most bullish things in crypto for me, once again, is not Bitcoin, because it will not be money, and I don't see much of the purpose as the store of value.
Yeah.
It seems that people don't really like store of value that much. We don't really care. I think maybe real estate is even better store of value. I don't know, but I was thinking probably the most the places with most potential in crypto right now is the stable coins and applications. What I mean by stable coins, and I do believe this market will be owned by the Wall Street, maybe it will be USDC, because example, we have the BlackRock, right? For BlackRock, it makes sense to get 500 billion, put it on deposits in stablecoin, and generate like 3% yield on the bond deposits on that money,
Yeah.
which is $15 billion. It's just natural move to do it, kind of, for them.
Yeah, I
So
think
I think they are way better positioned for that.
yeah, we saw what happened to UST. Basically, if people can earn something on something stable, they just jump. They
Yeah.
just jump into it. And that was, of course, pure madness because it was clearly not sustainable. And but yeah, there is nothing more to add on that. I think it was really terrible for our space. But the thing is that coming back to the interchain economy, I think that the real question is when Atom will have revenue from the consumer chains, should we remove it completely, the inflation, or just keep something like 1-2% inflation or 3% inflation? Because
So this
yeah,
this is, I will give you my take, okay? Because this is, I have actually issue with removing the inflation with your
yeah,
statement, because what it kind
yeah.
of creates,
I'm
you use.
actually maturing my thought from what you said, of participating more people, let more people participate.
Mhm. Because what you do, you remove inflation and use the atom as the security token for staking, so it only makes sense for those owners to stake it. At the
Yeah,
same time, you provide security for the smaller chain that issue the tokens, right? So you benefit receiving the other tokens by staking your atom that, let's say, is non-inflationary in this case. And it would make sense for these security providers, so delegators, to claim the rewards and sell other tokens into Atom because it's more scarce, which would be absolutely shattering all the chains that use
yeah, yeah,
shared
yeah.
security, and pumping the price of Atom because it would create this enormous scarcity, and it would concentrate more power around this. And I don't think it's great, because I think it would actually, no one would like to use shared security for these reasons, because the only the right decision to move there would be to sell all the other
Well,
tokens and keep
it's
buying atoms.
in that case, it's a little bit different because the fact that chain have to switch on interchain security, it is because if it is a lockup chain, they have to put something like 100% inflation, 40% inflation in the beginning to make people stake. And with Atom, you will be able basically to make to pay to for security for 25% inflation maybe in the beginning, but even lower. If we have something like over 100 chains, even if one chain give us 5% or lower, it will become way more sustainable that if they have their own validator set and they have inflation at 140%, because that inflation it's sold in any case because they have their own validator set. Validator set have to pay expenses and they dump that inflation. So the selling pressure will be actually lower in any case on the Atom side. Even if I received multiple token and I dump it all, it will still be less selling pressure of having their own chain. But the reality is do we want to make Atom like an elite token? That's the real question, because if we totally remove the inflation and Atom, as you said, became almost impossible to buy and very, very scarce, it actually makes more difficult people to enter. So after discussing with you, I will probably say that we should maybe have a lower inflation, but the inflation shouldn't disappear, just to make more people an easy entry in the ecosystem. Because if Atom have to be this kind of entry to the interchain, you definitely wanna have this entry accessible. So in what you shared is actually very interesting on that side, because if we remove inflation completely, then Atom will become actually very, very difficult to acquire
too
for
scarce,
people.
like that. Yes, that would concentrate the power and probably bring more centralization later on. And I think it's kind of because the 2 years ago started this trend of burning tokens, which I thought was horrible as the result.
It's a bit Ponzi, yeah.
Yeah, I was at first I didn't understand this, because I was early and I wanted the price to pump. And I remember some interview with Peng Zheng, the Tendermint CEO, and he was saying, "Oh, we don't really plan to burn the tokens, And I think it was such a great move, just let it be, and let everyone to participate within this economy, but also keeping, because now it's at around 7%, I believe, the inflation. And if you even keep it at 7% and use the shared security, another token has 5% inflation, that creates nice competition for the new token also to sustain, because then it's like, hey, seems this token is more scarce than Atom, and then it would maybe incentivize more projects to use shared security. But of course, it's just speculation on my side, and I'm not expert.
I think the great advantage that we have is that some of the leading people in the Cosmos ecosystem are really, really great thinkers in terms of economy and the concept of money itself. And how they designed Atom, it actually makes a lot of sense. Because if Atom is still like this interchain economy, it is because it's not capturing all the value that the ecosystem has. Because that's the issue with Ethereum right now. Because Ethereum, it is deflationary now. All the security is on Ethereum. So you have this aggregation of security that goes everything on Ethereum that just make everything else irrelevant. And so basically you have Ethereum and that's it. Only what matters is Ethereum, and if we think of the internet, it's not like that works, because the principle of internet is that you can go everywhere and you wanna go everywhere. So in that talks, actually, the founder of Cosmos and people that have been building, they had really a great concept. And so I think that it is interesting what now Ethan is saying about making this collaborative finance, that it is a concept that unfortunately I haven't seen much in the interview, because I only saw recently him talking about on Twitter of making Atom the Interchain this sort of coffee collaborative finance, and that's actually an interesting concept. And for that, you definitely making Atom without inflation will be a bad decision. But we also need to raise Atom market cap, so because that's very important for security. So I think short term we will see Cosmos actually focusing on adding value to Atom, because we need the market cap to be higher. when the market cap will be higher enough and Cosmos will be hopefully in the top 10, we can think to make everything more sustainable and basically let chill Cosmos over there and build the economy on that level of security. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. I was also thinking like not sure when Atom was designed, probably around 7 years ago, and I would
Yeah.
never think of designing it this way. So I don't know if it was Jake Kwon or it was Ethan Bookman, but that was like amazing, genius move to
Yes.
design the Atom back then and foresee this kind of economy um,
Yeah,
being
and we are
created.
basically are understanding this 10 years later than them,
Yes,
which is crazy.
I
It is
just
just you.
I just understood this recently how good the Atom is actually designed.
Yeah.
And I don't agree, it's the like I don't even agree on many subjects with them. In fact, I don't even have access to Jaquan Twitter anymore. But I think it was absolutely genius design and genius move. So
Mhm.
like this is like massive respect. I would have to pay to him. You see, we had this news with dYdX, right?
Yeah.
And it seems it was like great news for most of the people. But I wonder what's your take on this, because many people would say that the importance of dYdX using the Cosmos SDK and the
Yeah.
Tendermint consensus will be just similar to the likes of Binance. That
Ex- ex-
basically doesn't matter for the
Exactly. Yeah.
ecosystem.
Yeah. That what worries me. The only thing is that I like it a lot on news because they basically said, as a core big Ethereum project, they said, hey, Cosmos is 1000 better of any solution that you have done so far. So
Mhm.
that was a big win for our ecosystem. And it actually opened the eyes of many people and institutions to Cosmos. But what is concerned me is that I didn't saw IBC in their explanation yet.
Mhm.
So I don't know if they will be a new BNB or they will be something that will participate to the interchain.
I think I saw the tweet. They said they plan to enable IBC,
Ah, okay, that will be
um,
cool.
but the Kepler will not be the main wallet. It will be
Ah, okay.
integrated, but the Kepler will not be main wallet. So maybe they will be using their own wallet. I would assume they will have their own platform wallet or something like this, and integrated IBC. But yeah, I was thinking it's maybe not that bullish, but even if they will do this small step, right, the
No, I mean
enabling IBC.
the thing is very very bullish because
Mhm.
it's the first time that a big player in the Ethereum landscape actually came out and said, "Hey, there is something better outside of our ecosystem that is developing. They make great tech. They make you basically be the owner of your tech, because this is where Cosmos wins over any other competitors, because it actually doesn't compete.
Mhm.
Cosmos doesn't want to compete with you. Cosmos says, "Hey, and welcome, enter, do whatever you want. If you wanna share the value back, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine." So it is basically an ecosystem that compete without competing, and for this will outcompete the competition.
Mhm.
It
So
it is a game of words, but it is like that actually.
So my take was like, yeah, actually, like new projects integrating Cosmos is just quite neutral. But I was thinking dYdX is just one of many that will come, and
Yeah,
even if they
absolutely.
will not really, um, because the thing is, if they would say we're going to use Cosmos SDK, the Atom will be the main currency or main token on our platform. We plan to really deeply integrate, use Kepler as the main wallet. It would for sure like spike the price of Atom
Yeah,
upwards right away just because of this utility as being main token of the exchange. But it also create these periods of very quick uh,
but that will never happen, of course,
up
because
and bust. But it also creates, Solana was very explosive, but it
yeah,
burst in as well. What I see with Atom is less volatile than some other, and it's enough they integrate IBC and just bring this little bit of utility to Atom that you will be able to send Atom over. But
yeah,
this is one of many chains. So we don't need this rapid growth, but if it increase stupid number, the value of the Atom by 2%, and you will get tens, maybe hundreds of projects moving to Atom over time, the Atom should experience the
yeah,
steady
absolutely.
growth, right?
This,
Not
this
like
is the this is the concept that I have been saying for a while. It's not capturing the value, but sharing the value. Because when you share the value, you don't take all the value, but you take a little bit of value. Then
Mhm,
another chain joins, and you take a little bit of value. And like this, actually, Atom will thrive in the long term because chains that capture the value, all the value, they are basically short-term play. As you
yes.
said, they burst because
Mhm,
they take all this value very quickly because every project basically pay the rent, every project share. Basically, they give their soul to the god of their chain.
yeah.
And like this, the chain acquired too much value too much quickly, and it is not sustainable long term, and it is not sustainable for the project that built on the chain. While the atom concept and the cosmos concept, it is absolutely for the long term vision and creating this new financial system
Mhm,
because the goal of the creator of Cosmos and all the participants, it's not making Cosmos the most valuable token of all time and leader of everything. It is to create a financial system that is more fair than the old ones. It is creating an economy that it is interconnected so people can participate in multiple chain. That's why I always says that being a maxi in the interchain it's absolutely no sense because why you should be a maxi if you can just with one click be on another chain
mhm,
and with another click you fly in I don't know in osmosis, then you fly on crescent, then you fly on zip chain and so on. It is actually an ecosystem that doesn't push you to be a maxi. And I think that what we will see in the near future is actually chains being less focused on the vertical growth, because you see, Terra had this incredible vertical growth, which is not common in the Cosmos ecosystem, because they build a lot on top. They make a tokenomics to, yes, pump the token. But when you make the buildings too big, it's actually more subject to the wind,
yeah.
and it's not
That's really
sustainable.
good point. That's really good point.
So I think
Um,
that Cosmosm is a great tool, but with a chain maybe needs only 10 application, not more.
yeah.
So you make this small island of 10 application on top. They do very good job in the 10 application, and that's a create a chain that is a powerhouse, and then they can also add value horizontally with
Mhm,
other chains.
mhm. I I love the good sentences. I tell you one more. I heard recently. Many probably would disagree. Um, but someone was trying to compare the two economies that only make stuff and is focused on GDP growth.
Yeah.
And this was example of China. They don't really consume. They make stuff.
Mhm.
And someone said that, well, it's um, how is it? All roads lead to Rome, not all roads lead from Rome. That and it was the description of the fact that how important is the consumption, which China
Mhm.
doesn't have. And many would disagree, but I kind of like it that consumption is such an important part of wealth creation in the
Yeah.
nation. And if you don't have it, essentially make sure that you keep your nation poor and focus on just making stuff for the rest of the world, which was and the same with like the if you make the building too tall, you
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it
yeah.
more
Absolutely.
respectable to
I,
win.
I like I like a lot this approach of horizontal scalability,
Hmm.
and it is funny that many chain in Cosmos kind of try to do the opposite.
Hmm.
Because I mean that's the advantage that you have in Cosmos. That's the advantage that you have a bridge and you can go wherever you want, and you actually need to create a share of value with the chain that you are interconnected. And
Hmm.
I think that this is the point where probably Ethan wanna go with the collaborative finance.
Hmm.
But I will probably understand what Ethan says in 10 years. So give me some
I, I
time.
I I didn't look too much into this. That's why I can't really say
Yeah.
much of it. I want to ask you, just like leading to that, and don't want to keep it too long because
Yeah. Sure.
it's also more difficult. But there is Agoric coming. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you looked into
Yeah. Yeah. I
this.
know about it.
And a few weeks ago, there was a lot of chat about the making collateralized stablecoin. I just wonder if you think this is good idea to collateralize stablecoin with, let's say, Atom token, when at the same time Atom meant to be security of the
Yeah.
hub.
I think that it's a good idea in the moment that Atom is in the top 10 because Ethereum made a lot of collateralization and stablecoin these things, and
Hmm.
even with that, it collapsed with that flush of liquidation. What happened in a smaller chain,
Hmm.
that where the collateralization is actually a big part of that value.
Hmm.
So it will make sense with an atom that have more value, that have a bigger market cap, that can sustain this kind of collateralization. That as of now. So I
Hmm.
don't know what is their time frame, but I also think that they will not start big because it will be insane.
Yeah.
They will just capture too much atom out of circulation. So
Yeah.
it will makes a lot of sense. But in the end, can we do something about it? I mean, we can do nothing about it because
Hmm.
if a chain want to use Atom, they can buy Atom and use it.
Yeah.
You can actually do nothing about it. It will be
Yeah.
inevitable.
Someone can scream it's bad idea, but they're like, we're gonna do it anyway, and we are
Yeah.
going to
So,
use $1 billion in atom value to collateralize our stable
yeah,
coin.
exactly.
And yes, you all guys gonna get liquidated along the way.
You can just
Like.
hope that they will have a good mind, but
Mhm.
I think that this is the case because people that is building Agoric is very Cosmos friendly. So
Mhm.
I think that they are thinking very well on what they are planning, and it is something that is inevitable because when Atom is right now one of the bigger chains of the ecosystem, because after Luna collapsing, it is definitely one of the biggest with Crow
Mhm.
probably. It's inevitable, and you can just hope that after what we learn with these recent collapsing of crypto, that people will have a more common sense and makes things more sustainable.
Mhm. That's a really good point. And but like also something I think you also did realize, because you said like, hey, Evmos is very good minds. I agree.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed, and like I don't know anything, but I did realize that the fact that someone is very good at the blockchain
Hmm.
or cryptography or app building, it doesn't necessarily make this person good at the money and
Yeah, you mean communication,
finance,
marketing.
and
Yeah.
economy. So these people might build great project, but it also might not make sense from the economic standpoint, and it's like, no, it's gonna collapse. But they're
Yeah, I
like,
think
but it's good product.
I understand what you mean. I think that the go-to market of Evmos was absolutely great in the beginning.
Mhm,
They kinda have these technical problems that kinda stopped that momentum, but
mhm,
their go-to-market strategy was very, very good in the beginning.
mhm,
The things with Evmos is that all the builders that are on Ethereum, if they want to join Cosmos, that they will probably start with something that is more familiar, like EVM.
mhm,
So that's the point of Evmos, because I also think of Evmos of something that is mid-term but not long-term,
mhm,
because in the end, Cosmos SDK Tandem is better without the EVM side. The EVM is more of a transition period from all these Ethereum things. That is the early day, basically.
And with that, in the next step, you can transition further, maybe
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Cosmos or
absolutely.
whatever is there, right? Hmm.
So Evmos is great midterm, and I think it will be successful, even because you have Polygon that basically potentially can enable IBC and compete with Evmos,
Hmm.
but they will probably never do it because they are obsessed with Ethereum. And I mean, I have a friend that told me that their speech at Consensus was crazy because basically
Hmm.
they said everything should be built on Ethereum, but they are
Hmm.
not built on Ethereum.
Hmm.
They are built actually on Peppermint, which is a custom Tendermint configuration. So they are not built on Ethereum.
Hmm.
So
Didn't know
it
that.
is kind of a controversial affirmation from them because they're actually not technically on Ethereum, and they don't take security from Ethereum. They take security from their own configuration. But
Mhm.
as of now, Evmos is the only option for anyone that is familiar with Solidity and want to join Cosmos very quickly. Even if I believe in the upchain, so I stand with the fact that everything will be an upchain and with their micro ecosystem on top.
My friend just told me, like, tell me you didn't dump your Evmos, and I still cannot wrap this around
Yeah,
my
yeah,
head.
I'm
But
compounding it too.
I was selling daily rewards for past few weeks, and I think,
Yeah,
maybe that wasn't actually the best idea. I simply cannot wrap around my head how something having that high of inflation can sustain, and it's sustaining. So, like, I mean, we all,
I,
like,
I, I totally see your view, especially
yeah.
because we got wrecked with a lot of airdrop that I
Mhm,
also didn't sold.
mhm,
So I
yeah.
totally understand that. In my view, there are airdrop that I took profit, but regarding Evmos, I actually didn't sold a single Evmos. I just keep
Mhm,
compounding, just because I think that in the midterm, so 5-10 years, will be very valuable
mhm.
because this transition, it actually makes more easy the transition to Cosmos. So it is something that fix a problem.
I,
And for
I,
this
I,
reason, yeah,
I didn't think this way, and that's like kind of bullish case for me why I should actually maybe pay more attention to Evmos,
yeah.
So, um, may I wonder if you could mention, it would be kind of chilling, but maybe not. If you look at the greater, like, Cosmos Hub as the overall, what's most interesting things being their ecosystem, maybe smart contract platforms being developed. If you would say what you are mainly into.
I mean, as of now, I'm mainly focused on Atom, as especially because the trend where we are. Because in a bear market, you definitely want to be in the project that is more solid and more strong. It has more developers and everything. But there are a lot of projects that I really like as a concept, like Regen. I like also
Mhm,
Akash. Uh, I like it a lot, DVPN in the beginning, not too much recently, but I
mhm,
still compounding my token. And actually, I am in the long-term stakers program because I didn't unbound it, so I'm getting
oh,
additional rewards. Yeah, I'm very wrecked over there.
Yeah, the DVPN was like it seems
So
like great product, but I just don't know if people are gonna use it. It seems that like the adoption is like big. I mean, it's small
yeah,
numbers,
absolutely.
but
I think it will require a lot of time, so I'm
Mhm,
patient. When I do make an investment on the monetary side, I'm very patient
mhm.
because
So
yeah,
so you more focused on seems like the specific application blockchains, right? Instead of
yeah,
smart contracts.
absolutely. I My only exposure to smart contract is Evmos and Juno,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, and I think that they still have a lot of potential, but long term it will be something very different as we know it. So this is a space where you actually want to have flexibility because everything will change very quickly, and you kind of have to follow the wave.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, Atom has always been my main position in my investment in my portfolio. Just because Atom is where you want to be if you believe in the up chains, because also usually up chains share the value back to Atom with airdrop and that kind of thing. So this also give you participation in new ecosystem
Mm-hmm.
for free, like Evmos. Like I have a good position in Evmos thanks to. So for this, Atom
Thanks
is
to something.
definitely.
Thanks to something, because the one word was cut. You said
Okay.
you have good position in Evmos thanks to.
Thanks to Atom because I got the
Mhm,
airdrop.
mhm. Yeah, yeah.
So for this reason, and also for the concept reason and the community, I'm really passionate about the Cosmos community itself, which is around Atom actually, because the core
Mhm,
Cosmos community and the people that have this vision of the interchain is usually mainly around Atom that other chains where I don't know why in other chains they become more maximalist, while people
mhm,
that is on Atom actually it is more about sharing the value and this kind of things.
mhm,
So for this reason, I am there as of now. But the really cool things is how we will see all these app chain products developing. Because what an app chain unlocks is a real product with one specific chains. So
mhm.
for this, I think that Regan is very interesting. The VPN is interesting. Akash is interesting, and many more that I don't as of now I don't remember because there are already too
Mhm.
much chains. But
Yeah,
yeah,
much more minimalist when it comes to the chain. Simply like it's hard for me to. I still couldn't understand region that much. I can easily understand Akash, and I can
ah,
easily understand DVPN. With
that's
region is yeah,
that's something that it took me time to understand as
mhm,
well, because
yeah,
because as of now there isn't a very value or Regan because there isn't actually value on chain because they have
mhm,
the marketplace that have to be launched. They have all the credit things, retirement with the Kepler about to be launched. So that will add value, but it's not
mhm,
live yet. And the things about region is creating an interchain economy around ecological assets.
mhm,
So if you're bullish on the vision of Atom Cosmos as interchain security, Regan is actually the same things, but on the ecological side and the ecological asset. Because
mhm,
what will they be is basically distribution in the interchain of all these ecological assets that can be easily purchased and retired and traded and everything you can do
mhm,
passing through Regan that will basically be your connection with the real world and the real eco credits.
mhm.
And that is a market that is a very long term strategy because my view on Regan is a 10, 20-year investment, basically.
Yeah,
So,
this is why I feel like I'm unable to predict that far in the future. right?
Yeah,
So I'm the simple guy. Yeah, like I think stable coins will be big in the next few years, and it's like that's my thinking, like it's easy to get burned on these long term predictions and
yeah,
this long
absolutely. A lot
term
will
views.
fail.
Yeah.
That's why it's
Hmm.
better to be elastic and always stay updated. That if you wanna be long term in crypto, you have to stay updated every day, basically.
Hmm.
Because
And
in that case, you can also act if something is about to go wrong. You know?
hmm and the cool thing you said, that it seems that the new chains that launch on Cosmos, they suddenly become maximalists. And I noticed this, like when you chat to the people who are this multi-chain maximalist,
Yeah,
it's easy to have discussion.
yeah,
But I'm on Discord, and if you go on Discord to these chains that launch on Cosmos, they suddenly change. Our chain is the best, our chain is the king. It's not multi-chain anymore. We will
yeah,
pave
yeah.
the path. Suddenly the rhetoric completely changed,
That
so like yeah.
that can be easily explained by the grid of
Hmm.
economic returns,
Hmm.
which is the pro and the cons of the blockchain ecosystem. Because with blockchain, you always get attacked to your token because there is also an economic value on your token. And if you get overexposed, which is also why I am well diversified, because even if Atom is my main position, both as a passion, as a community, as investors, actually it is something like 30% of my portfolio.
Hmm.
So I'm actually diversified because I wanna respect this interchain vision and participate in multiple economy and multiple community.
Hmm.
But if your portfolio goes 70, 80% on one chain, then you get too much attacked on the economy side of the chain. And this kind of make you also lose your perception of interoperability, and you get basically a maxi. You
Hmm.
become a maxi.
This is so beautifully said, because I'm now like 40% of Atom, and I wish I would be smarter, right? But so I'm quite involved in Juno, and
Yeah.
because of the price performance, the Juno become like at some point over 60% of my portfolio.
Yes.
Was ridiculously overvalued. I mean, hard to say if something is overvalued or not, but the
Yeah.
price was
I
ridiculous,
definitely
right?
can relate on that because it was the same for me.
And I was like, yes, we going up. I'm not selling. I'm compounding, right? But this is, as you said, that greed, that kind of I got
Yeah. Yeah.
trapped in the thinking and the chain maximalism, um, which is okay. I'm fine. Like I don't really struggle that much with the price performance, but it would be wiser of me if I
Yes.
wouldn't
Yes.
be this, right?
I
So.
actually I actually made a post one time about this, about
Mhm.
the self-sustainable interchain staking economy,
Mhm.
which is which basically said in the post that if a chain pump a lot and you get staking rewards, you can actually use it to add a position to something that also you like, but it is basically still not moving or on the side, and you want to acquire a position over there. And if then the chain retrace and something else is moving, then you can go back to that chain
Yeah.
and basically making all self-sustainable and make you also more chill because
Mhm.
if you stay focused only on one thing, you actually go very intention. You can turn toxic. You get too much related and on that things, which is
Mhm.
I think not healthy even for yourself basically.
Yeah, I do think I would think like this 3 months ago. Um, to build maybe the atom position, it was good, but we are where we are. Rob, like I want to thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Um,
Thank you for
because
letting me here to conversate. It was an
yeah,
amazing
because
discussion.
I have to run, and it was like really one of the best speeches, I think it's very easy for people to relate, and like I think you presented great, like the cosmos economy, and I think people would enjoy.
Thank
So
you so
for those
much.
who enjoyed, you guys can hit the like, maybe share the conversation. And Rob, thanks a lot, and also for
And,
that nomic tokens that you
I,
delegated to me.
I also want to say that one thing is why I follow your interview is that you actually make people go in this conversation because you created this conversation. It's not me. So
Mhm.
I think you're making a great job to make people talking about interesting things and go into interesting discussion that goes above the basically
Mhm.
the gains of crypto. You actually
Mhm.
go in this kind of philosophical discussion. It is amazing, and I really love it to participate in this discussion.
Thank you. That's super kind of you. But yeah, this is exactly the point, because I we can watch a lot of conversations, and they are, what is the product, and you just have description of the product. But I mean, I like to stay curious, you know,
Yeah,
maybe behave bad sometimes, just to trying to dig and find it, and just like have a nice chat with people, because like
absolutely.
that's something to fascinate me. And if you think it's good, I'm like really happy for that. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Enjoy your day. Have a
Yeah, you
great
too.
Italian food. Right.
I, I,
Um,
I'm, s- I just finished the lunch, as you know, so
yeah.
I go for the dinner next, of course.
Yeah. What have you had for lunch?
It's just rice, which is not very Italian, but
Yeah. But
we don't eat always pasta, you know?
yeah, no, I know. Like actually, Italy, one of my favorite countries. I don't know. I traveled 5 times, maybe six, to Italy. I had the road trip in Italy, 2 weeks
Oh,
by
it's
car.
amazing.
So I've been visiting Italy like a lot. I took year ago. I took my mom to Palermo.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I really like Italy. So, but I do like pizza, pasta, and I think that's the major cuisine, regardless of
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Italians don't think they eat all the
I,
time, but it's a
I
lot of
definitely
them.
will. I will eat pizza every day. Don't worry.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's definitely a thing.
and good coffee. I do enjoy a good coffee, but many Italian places still don't make good coffee. You need to find a good cafe that still has respect to the coffee, because I think there is a lot of new cafes that doesn't make it right.
Yeah, that's probably in Naples and around, and in Sicily as well. There is good coffee.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you.